Oh man, it's been interesting. You guys probably haven't seen me in a long time. Actually, let me move my mic over here a little bit so I can talk a little bit more free, if that's even a word. Freer, whatever the word is. I'm actually gonna pick this up and move it. I don't know if I should even do that now. I should just start talking. So, we are in the month of November. I posted a bunch of videos 5 or 6 months ago. You guys haven't heard from me since. Lots been going on. We moved into a new studio. We've got some new equipment. Not necessarily new. It's new to me. So we are right now about to review a couple of capture cards, since there may be possibly another break in our normal routine. So can you find a quality capture card for under $75? Let's find out. Run the intro. Okay, we're back. So I'm browsing through Amazon trying to locate some more equipment for just live streaming purposes, and I run across a couple of capture cards. One I did see on a review on YouTube, but another one I ran into just trying to search. They both came same day. So what we're going to do now is we are actually going to open these cards, test them out, and see if they are a viable option for your live stream services. So I'm going to switch over to my second camera. As you can see, I got the ATEM Mini right there on the desk. It's a lifesaver. If you can get one, please do. And I'm actually going to crack these open right here. So I'm going to put that on the floor. So one is right here, you can see, and another one is, these are HDMI video capture cards. One says HDMI video capture, the other one says game video capture box. And basically this is what they look like. Nothing special. Both of these came same day. I paid a total of I think something like $54 for both of them. So I'm gonna open this up right here in front of you and see if there's anything that's actually useful. This card right here, I'm gonna put the link down in the description, but this card right here that doesn't have any major information, it doesn't even look like it has any drivers. This kind of looks somewhat like a I want to say maybe similar to an Elgato Cam Link, but not really. And you can see it right there. I don't know if my camera can function in on it because I have this weird auto feature. Actually, let me switch to the other camera and see if we can get a better viewpoint right here. No, you can't, because I had to turn my autofocus off. But this is the size of it right there. So there's one. We're going to open the other one too. This one was a little bit more expensive. It was like $45, but as you can tell, it actually looks a little more. Both of these have a similar feel to the Elgato HD60S and the Cam Links. So that's what they look like on my desk. I'm going to move these manuals out the way, and I'm going to switch back to my other camera here. So you can kind of see right here, they both boast 1080 output. And this one right here has a USB 5.0 in, and it has an output and audio, and this other one also has an input, pretty much like the Elgatos, the 60s and the 60Ss. And this one right here just basically has an input, so obviously you have to use a capture device. So I'm gonna pause the video, I'm gonna install these drivers, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. It took me about 10 minutes to get the card to work. It's actually plugged into my Lumix G7 right now. I had to switch my Lumix to 30 frames per second, and I had to find the right combination of putting the card into OBS, putting the USB device, this one, into OBS, and also getting the right settings for the camera. It does not run 60 frames or 4K. It only runs 1080p. 30 frames per second, and you almost have to have it on your HD, not your FHD. Some cameras have an HFD, at least on my Lumix, and they both say 30 frames per second. I'm assuming one is a 720, one's a 1080. I was able to finally get the Lumix working with the 720, and it was just a matter of having the right settings. When you do put the capture device into OBS, it'll come up as USB video, and then you have to click on device default, And you also have to click on default so it resets to video capture, and then pick USB video and it comes on. So this is actually the first test, and I will put the difference of the cameras on. I'm just moving my hands around here now so you can see any of the frame rate issues or anything like that. But this is actually the capture card on the $15 capture card. I'll put the link in the description. It'll be a link straight to Amazon, and you'll find that there are a ton of other cards like this. So I don't know if it's all the same company, but for $15 this might be a good option. I'm going to actually install the other card. Actually, this other one doesn't look like it needs a driver, so I'm going to see if I can plug this up and see what the quality differences are between this card now, which is called a ACODOT, I don't know, ACODOT card. This one was a little more. This one was actually $45, but this one has an input and an output. It has an input and an output, and it also has an audio port. So I don't know if that's going to be effective. So I'm assuming this comes with software. So take a quick second and we'll see if this card also works as well. And we are back. This is now the $45 card. As you can tell, it has a little bit of a crisper quality. I was able to go to 1080 30, and I'll try 1080 60 in a minute, but this is a $45 card. Didn't have to install any drivers, was able to just plug the card right in, and it seems as though this is actually a viable option as well. Both of these cards on Amazon, they came same day. I ordered them in the morning, and for a total of like $60, I was able to use the second card. Actually, let me click on my camera to see if I can get 60 frames just now. Camera's gonna shut off for a second. So this is going to be, this is 720 30 frames. So it works fairly well. And this is on the Lumix G7. And then I'm gonna hit 1080 30 frames. Camera capture card cuts off for a second, comes back on. So this is 1080 30, and let me see if we can get the 1080 60. Let's see here. Right now I'm trying to pull it into 60 frames. So that was resetting 720 30, 1080 30, as well as 720 60. Actually, this is 1080 60, and this is actually AVCHD. This card would not work AVCHD at all. So I don't know if there's something I'm doing wrong. There's really no drivers for it. And also to actually, let me transition over here. Actually to utilize this card, you had to unplug this because they both come up USB video. So unless you're running two of them, actually running these side by side, which actually I'm gonna try to do that now. I'm gonna try to run the $15 card, and I'm gonna try to run the $45 card in the same computer and see if we can switch between two cameras. And my second camera is gonna be a Canon T7i, and we're gonna be back in just a second once I hook all this stuff up. I'm amazed. I was able to get the $45 card hooked up and actually get the $15. Okay, so I'm gonna interrupt this broadcast, this video, to let you know that when you plug these cards in, you plug in your $15 card and you plug in your $45 card. I kept saying $45, it's actually only $32.99, I just looked it up. You have to adjust your audio settings because there's an audio delay. So you have to go into the advanced audio properties, which we've covered in another tutorial, which I guess we'll figure out how to link the video somewhere up here, and go in there and change your audio settings. And then if your second camera is off, you're also gonna have to go in and add a filter to your second camera and a video delay. So you'll have a delay on the camera, which is your video sync, and then you'll have a delay on your audio, whatever your audio source is. So if you use these capture card plugins, make sure that you check your audio and your video sync, which should take you about 5 to 10 minutes to figure it all out. Back to the video. This is my other angle. So I was able to plug in both of these capture cards, $60, into two USB ports, or 2.0. They both cameras are running at both cameras are running at 1080. Well, this one's running at 1080-60 on my left-hand side. And the other camera's running at, this one's running at 1080-30. And I'm able to get both cards in the same computer and transition between them both. And actually, let me organize my, oops, I messed that up right there. Let me organize my cameras and put them on screen and see if this is actually a viable option for people who are looking to get a couple camera angles in here and put them both on screen. So I have two camera angles. I've got a $45 card that you can pick up from Amazon, which I'll link in the description. I've got a $15 card that will both do, I'm running two DSLRs, I'm running them on a system. I am not using I'm also not incorporating my ATEM Mini into this yet. So, man, the possibilities may be endless. And with maybe another break coming for us in our streaming platforms, maybe it would be wise for you to go on to Amazon and pick up one of these cards and try it out. The $45 card did hook up a little bit easier and a little bit faster, but the reality of it is that if you are on a budget and you're looking to get into streaming, there's probably no other way to do it than trying both of these cards. I'll have the descriptions both in the link. $60, you can pick up two cards. They seem to work pretty well. So what else can we say? Hey, thank you for watching. Keep sharing the content. I thank all of you guys. I had no plans of getting any subscribers. I just wanted to help people out during the pandemic. I ended up with 400 subscribers, not even promoting the channel or putting up any new content. So forgive me for that, but I'm gonna get back into putting up some content to help you guys out on your streaming journey. So God bless, and you guys have a great day. So you thought the video was over, but it's actually not. I took the manual out of the inexpensive video card we have right here. And the video card, the actual instruction says that it can handle a max resolution of 4K, and the output resolution is 1080. So initially I couldn't get the camera to support. Now that's why I couldn't hear, because the mic is way over here. So I'm gonna start that over. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit that out. I'm just gonna because it's late here. We're late. We're in the studio working. We're training. We're doing all kinds of stuff. We got streaming events tomorrow. Whatever. This is just YouTube. I'm not getting paid. I'm doing whatever I want. So I took the card out and I look at the manual says max input resolution of 4K, as well as the output resolution at 1080. So my camera now is actually in 1080. I actually said 4K 30, which I couldn't get the card to work like that at first. Now it actually works. So I don't know if it's how you initialize it in OBS or whatever software you're using, but the $15 card actually does work with a 4K camera. It downsamples it to 1080, 30 frames a second. So if you do have a 4K camera, I would advise you to get this if you're a church looking to get involved in live streaming and you do have a Lumix, or you have an M50, or you have an SL2 or SL3, or there's a dozen other cameras you can get less than $700-800 just to get started. And you maybe find some used ones, like I have a Canon T7i right there in the corner behind me. You definitely want to get this card, and it may even be a benefit for you to start with the $15 card instead of the ATEM. Oh, I just dropped it. It may not even work anymore because it was only like $30, but whatever. Get this card. That's what I'm gonna say. Now the video's over. Please run my outro.
See how soft you really are.